So to make a dinosaur, you want to go in with some sugar paste or fondant. And what I'm going to do with this sugar paste is I'm going to add some CMC powder, also known as Tylose powder. And this will just firm the sugar paste up so it's easier to work with, and you're essentially turning it into a modelling paste. Now you can do this with modelling paste, of course, or even cocoa form, which is a modelling chocolate. It's just the texture will be a little bit different. But for simple things like this, and it's quite a chunky character, I'm just using CMC powder. I'm just going to mix some of that in. That's quite a lot there. Just need a little sprinkling. I do eyeball this, but you're kind of just using this to toughen up the sugar paste, and it will help it dry out quicker, so it will firm up nicely. If you're making really fine figures with lots of details, then a really good thing to do is mix 50-50 sugar florist paste or gum paste with your modelling paste. And then you can even go in and add some more CMC powder, which will really firm that up. But for this, and this is a lot of my kind of quick models that I make for birthday cakes, I will just use this combination. So I think I'm going to need a little bit more. I'm just massaging this in. I've used the Sugar Flare Christmas Green gel to colour this gum paste, or sugar paste. Right, so I'm just massaging that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm making a ball. My hands. This is going to be the body. I'm going to turn it a little bit into an egg shape just by rolling it between my palm at the bottom so that you get this slight egg shape. And then with the other side, with my palm, I'm going to keep rolling just the very bottom, and it will start to elongate the bottom. And this will make our dinosaur tail. And I want the tail to be fairly chunky. I'm just going to flip this and make the neck a little bit taller again. And then you see I can kind of go make the bottom longer, and then this will be our tail. So just rolling that between your hands, get it nice and equal in size. And then what I'm going to do is sit my dinosaur down. Just going to squish him down a little bit and then pull the tail around so it's like this. And this is how our dinosaur will sit. So that's the first stage, and then we'll just pop this up on our styrofoam. And I want my dinosaur's legs to be dangling over the edge. So for this, I'm going to put it near the edge of my styrofoam so I can get that shape when I put the little legs in. Taking a toothpick, now the trick is don't stab your toothpick straight down because you'll squish everything. You want to put it in and then twist as you push down. Twist, twist, twist until you feel it go into the board. So there's one there. Now typically I would use a bamboo stick for this, which is a lot longer. I don't have any bamboo sticks to hand, so I'm going to just use toothpicks today. So I can just add 2, and now I have a toothpick for the dinosaur's head. And as you can see, he's going to step like this. So that's Dino's body done. Now we want to get on and make him some feet and some arms. So going in again, we're only going to need a small amount. I would probably have to colour some more of this because I don't think I'm going to have enough for his head. We'll see. So I'm just going to roll this into a ball and then just roll in between our hands like this to make a sausage. I would recommend putting this in a little bag and sealing it airtight. At the moment it's not drying out too quickly, so I'm happy to leave mine out as I work through this quickly, but if you're taking your time then you should probably seal that up. So we're going to cut that in half. And then once we've cut it in half, you just want to push down like that to make a little dino foot. Do the same with the other one. We're taking the fattest end where we've cut it, holding it here, and then just taking my finger and just doing a few little presses here. And then we have a cute little dino foot. Okay, so we've got our little dinosaur sitting nicely here. I have made him very chunky. And I have my little dino feet that are going to sit at the side of the dinosaur here. So I just take a little bit of water and a paintbrush and then just add the water to the side of the dinosaur and then just take in one foot. I can just place that one here and I'm going to just bend it a little bit over because I want it to kind of sit over the cake. And take this one and just press this little dino leg here. There you go, 2 cute little dinosaur legs sitting on the cake. And then for the arms, we're going to do exactly the same thing. Just take a little bit of that sugar paste. Roll it in between your hands, roll it again. It needs to get a little bit longer, so we're going to roll it out a little bit longer here. And then cut down into the middle. That wasn't the most equal of cuts. So what you can do is just trim that end off, and we'll round it up again. And then we're just going to smooth around those kind of sharp edges that we've made from the cuts. So I'm just rolling it between my fingers and smoothing that out. Now you can leave the hands just like this and we stick them on, or we can do something quite cute where we just press down onto both sides, press down like this, press down a little bit like this, and then I'm just gonna press to remove those corners that we have on the hands. And then I'm going to take my knife and just do a little indentation. So one here and one here. So it's like little dino paws slash claws. He's going to be a cute dinosaur, so we're just going to kind of go in with a little soft hand like this. So then so you get these cute little hands. And then what you can also do, if you want to, you don't have to, either using your finger, just press in there a little bit more, or you can do it with a ball tool. So just gives you 2 different looks. So I'll smooth that one out so it's the same. So essentially our dinosaur has little palms, which is great. And then going back here, we're now going to just add the hands to our dinosaur there. Sorry about, there's quite a lot of light coming through in my kitchen right now, so that hopefully you can still see what I'm doing. So just decide where you want the positioning of the arms. And then you can just place your little dinosaur arms around here. Like this and like this. Just decide how you're going to have these little palms. Are they going to be out? Are we holding something? Or are they just going to be resting quite happily down like this? So I was hoping to have a little candle. So I think I'm going to pop my one up like this. And I want him to be holding a candle. So I'm going to make that. So I'll make sure his hands are secured to his body in this position. And just a little twisted so we can put that candle in. And what you can always do is put a little bit of like tissue paper or foam underneath here between the cake dummy and the hands, so that they sat in position like this. He could even have a little cupcake in his hands. I might make a mini cupcake and then put a candle. That could be super cute. I just want to make sure his tail is showing when you see this on the cake. So now we're going to make the head And I'm hoping I have enough left just to do this dinosaur head. So what can be quite good is to roll it and then put it up against your dummy just to make sure. So basically I'm rolling a ball again, but I want to slightly elongate his head, like make an egg. So you just do that again like we've done with the body, is just rub between your palms to make it a little longer. And I'm just going to check in if I'm happy with the size of the head in comparison to the body, because if it's too small it could look super weird, and I'm quite happy with that, so that's great. And now we want to kind of think about the expression that's going to be on this dinosaur's head. Is he going to be smiling, or will he be pretty docile and not have an expression, or is he going to be a bit angry? Kind of depends what you're going for. So here's my egg head. What you can do is just take your small finger and just press just around halfway over the ball. You can skip this step, it's not necessary, but it just kind of gives it a more cartoony look and adds a little bit of dimension. So I'm just basically indenting where the eyes would go, and then you can see this is like the forehead. So here's the nose. This is where the eyes are going to sit across here. And then this is his forehead and like his eyebrows. So it's quite cute. So what I could show you is adding eyebrows to characters makes such a difference. It makes them very cute. So the eyebrows would be here. And another one here. And depending on the way that you do the eyebrows, if you were to go up or down, will also change the whole look of your character. So if the eyebrows are here, the eyes are here. And again, if you do eyes quite close together, it can have quite a cute look. When they're further apart, it gets a very different feel. So I'm just making a little indentation to where my eyes are going to be. I'm going to add a little indentation for the cute eyebrows. And then now I need my dinosaur to have some like super awesome nostrils. So I'm just taking this little tool. You can do this with a toothpick. You can do this with a teeny ball tool. It's a new word. You can even do it with a cone tool, which is quite awesome. This adds a really good shape. I think I'm just going to go in with my larger veining tool. And then I'm just going to point out my nose. I think it's going to be here and here. So this is my dinosaur's nose, and I'm just going to indent that a little bit more and then just slightly lift. So just twist in as you go in and lifting up. If I roll that around there, so I'll show you again as I go in. If I kind of slightly roll the tip at the top, it really adds some interest and detail, which is super cool. So we've done that there, and then I want my dinosaur to be doing like a little pout. His mouth is here for me. It's going to be a little lower down. I'm going to make a little hole because I want it to look like he's about to blow out the candle on the cake, like that. And actually, if I just slightly press in the jaw, we get this shape. And there's my little dinosaur. So what I'm going to do with this guy is I'm going to take a toothpick, push it into my cake dummy, and actually let him set up for a bit on his own before pushing him onto the body. And the reason that I'm doing that, and I'm letting him set up on his own over here, is because if I put him straight onto the body, the weight of the head could push this down and just give him a really short and stumpy body, and we don't want that. So by adding him here and leaving him to set up overnight, he'll be nice and firm, and we can come back and put him on his body and work on the finer details tomorrow. So for now, we'll let this little guy set up, and I'll probably start working on the tiny cupcake that I'm going to add to his hands, and then we can add all the little details like the little dinosaur pattern and polka dot tomorrow. Now, starting as we did before, we mix in some CMC powder with our preferred coloured sugar paste, and then I'm going to go in with a number 2 piping tip and just start to cut out little tiny circles from my rolled out sugar paste, and then you can kind of pop these out and then glue them on with a little bit of edible glue or water to the back of the dinosaur. I'm just using my paintbrush that's already sticky to pick them up and then flattening that against the back and then pushing it on with my finger. You can always put a little bit of cornstarch on your finger as well, just to help if it does get a bit sticky, but I find this is such a good technique for putting on tiny details. So adding those tiny details using a paintbrush. And then what you can see here is that I've added these little feet to the dinosaur, and I'll show you how I did that in a second. We have our dinosaur head, and then I've gone in and I found these really tiny edible dragées, we call them, or edible sugar pearls in black. You can use whatever size you want, so if you can't find these teeny ones, then just go in and use the like slightly bigger ones. And again, I'm just adding a tiny bit of glue to the inside of that hole that we've made, and then just pressing these in. Now, I did find that actually it's a good idea to add those beads when you've just made the head and it's still quite soft. And then I've just cut out circles using the same color sugar paste, made little lines in, and then I'm just adding those to the feet. You can skip that step if you want, I just added it as an extra detail. And then adding some edible glue to the top of the body. We can now add the head. There's already a little hole in there from the day before where we added the skewer. And I want to make sure that I'm adding this at an angle. So you're kind of pushing it down, but making sure his head sits down a little bit at an angle. And there we go. That's one dinosaur topper. You can see it's super easy to make, and it'd be perfect for any birthday or celebration cake. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and click that notification bell so you'll be the first one in the know when I upload a new tutorial. Of course, comment below if you have any questions or any suggestions of a new video that I can put up for you guys. Happy baking!